Yo, 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 what's up, YouTube? And on this episode, Space Cat presents a new series. I'm calling it Legendary Licks. What it's gonna be? Well, I guess I'll give you insight onto the series, before I tell you exactly what it's gonna be. So, ever since I was like 9 or 10 years old, I've been like a die hard fan of the Guitar Hero series. I've played every single one of them except for one, and I've beaten every single one I've played. Um, Multiple times actually, but it's beside the point. I decided it would be really cool because I was already doing tutorials, so I figured instead of doing full-fledged tutorials, since I tend to learn riffs more than whole entire songs, I'm going to do a series based around teaching the riffs of songs that appear in Guitar Hero games. The first one I decided, and it's also going to be in like no particular order. I'm just going to bounce around between songs that are on, you know, different Guitar Hero games and different sections and set lists and stuff like that, whatever you want to call them. So, yeah, or at least for now, until I decide like I want to do something different with the series. But as of right now, I'm just playing songs out of Guitar Hero or riffs out of Guitar Hero games on my bass guitar and teaching you guys how to play them. So the first song I figured I'd start it off with a Red Hot Chili Pepper song, because who doesn't like to hear Red Hot Chili Pepper songs played on bass? So for those of you who didn't recognize it, it was "Suck My Kiss," which appeared in Guitar Hero 2. It was the third set or section, whatever you want to call it, in co-op mode, and it was the encore. Fun facts. So before I get into the episode anymore, I'm going to be doing an upload of this series every week. It's going to be happening on Monday. It's not going to be at the same time every Monday. I'm sorry. Not really, actually. It's hard enough for me, at least, to, tell myself I'm going to do something every single week, to then I can't worry about doing it at the same time every week, but sometime on Monday every single week, y'all are going to be getting a new one of these. Plus, I'm going to be doing other type of videos, but this is just a series I'm going to be doing for a while consistently. So, first things first, first pattern of it. There's a couple different patterns in it. The first one is probably the easiest one because it's kind of slow and there's not really anything going on. It's just the first fret of the E string, third fret of the E string, and the first fret of the A string. And then the first fret of the E string, and the third fret of the E string. You do that 3 times. Now, as simple as the notes are, timing is a little bit meh. It's easy, but you have to understand it before you can just play it, So, the way I just played it obviously sounded off. I mean, I was doing it slow, but even if I did it fast, it's, or doesn't sound like that, right? So, you want to, when you do the first and the third, now I don't hammer on. I think it sounds better personally, if you do an extra strum, or well, if you strum, not really an extra strum, but if you strum. But that's how I like to do it. But whether you strum or hammer on, because you can do either, you want to play it like you're hammering on. Like you don't want to waste time between any notes. First, as soon as you hit the first, you want to go transition into that third fret on the E string. So, because those two, or the third fret after the first fret comes faster than the first fret of the A string after the third fret of the E string, if you guys follow me. I'm playing it slow just so you guys can kind of hear the difference. But, yeah, you want to wait about, I don't know, maybe about a second between the third and the first. whereas you want to kind of hit that third right after you hit the first on the E string. Now the pattern that you know, that goes 3 times. Now after the first pattern, you don't have to. It doesn't say to do this in the tabs, but I like to hit a mute note. I feel like it just makes it sound better, you know, between each repetition of the pattern. So as opposed to you know what I mean? That's just my preference. But after you get done that pattern, there's the little like scaling type thing. That's a little bit more difficult. Mostly just because you kind of have to be aware of where your fingers are a little bit more, and you have to be aware of your slide. So or how far you're sliding, because you don't want to hit like a fret, or not a fret, but an inlay, or just a weird spot of the fret and then have it sound shitty. But I also like to hit a mute note before that too, but you don't have to. Like I said, the mute notes are not in the tabs, or at least not in the copy of the tabs that I learned, but I like to do it because to me it sounds better. So how you're going to do the second one, this pattern goes twice. The whole, you do 3 of these, and then one of those after the 3 of them. That whole pattern goes twice. The second part of it, you start third fret of the A string, and then you hammer on to the 5th string, or not, yeah, the 5th fret, not the 5th string. I have a 4-string bass. What am I talking about? So 3rd fret of the A string, hammer on to the 5th fret of the A string. After your hammer on, you want to hit 2 more. So second part of it's real easy. After you hammer on to your 5th and you do your extra 2, you want to go to the 3rd fret of your D string, and you want to just hit that 4 times. So no hammer-ons, no whatever, just same way that you hit the strings before. It's the same pace for this pattern throughout. So once you get to that 3rd string, you just 4 strums and done. Then after that, you want to slide your way down to your 5th. I keep saying 5th string, your 5th fret, and you hit one of them, same as you did for the A string when you were on that doing the 3s and the 5s. You want to go from the 5s to the 7. So you want to strum your 5th fret of your D string and hammer on to the 7th fret, and then after your hammer on, 2 more. So far we have, or you can slide, like I said. I don't normally slide, but you can slide if you want. That's just a preference as well. After you hit your 7s, you want to this part was the hardest for me when I was learning the song. You want to fall back onto your G string, but you also want to be on the 7th fret. So that's not really that hard. It's just, but it can be a little funky. But once you're there, you do the same thing that you did for the D string, and the same thing that you did for your A string with the hammer on, or when there was a hammer on. You strum the 7th fret once, hammer on to the 9th, and 2 more. That was 3, but I don't know. Now the fingers I use for this, because for the first pattern, it's just your first finger or your index finger and your ring finger, and that's that whole pattern. This one, you're actually using all of your fingers. So you start your index finger, and when you hammer on, you use your ring finger. Then you go back to your index finger once you go to the A string, and or not the A string, I'm sorry, the D string, and you're strumming your quadruplet of third frets. And then if you slide, well, whether you slide or, you know, move your hand or your finger rather, you're going to be using your index, or at least you're going to want to be using your index. Yeah, you're going to want to use your index regardless. Because you're going to, once you do your hammer on from the 5th to the 7th, you're going to need your ring finger to hit that 7th, and you're going to still need your pinky once you fall back onto your G string to do your 7th fret, hammer onto your 9th, and then the 2 extra. You're going to need your pinky to hit that 9th. So yeah, so far we have that goes twice. Now the riff, I guess, so well that's the like intro riff. I'm doing the intro riff and the verse riff just because the intro isn't really going to get you anywhere. I mean, like, it kind of will, but it's short. Verse riff, obviously there's 2 verses in the song, so like, well, I guess not obviously there's 2 verses in the song, but obviously you're going to be playing the verse riff more than anything else because there's more verses than anything else in the song. So that's very, very similar to the intro. That's the first, the third, you know, the first fret and the 3rd fret of the E string, and involving the 1st fret of the A string, but it's patterned a little bit differently. So in the verse, I'll just play it. Well, yeah, I'll play it for you first. I believe that goes 4 times. Regardless, you start 1st fret of the E string, and the same as before, when you're doing your intro riff. Well, that kind of sounded horrible, but you want to hit it like a hammer-on. I strum, but regardless of if you hammer on or if you strum, you want to hit it like it's a hammer-on. Timing wise, and then afterwards, like after you hit your first one, take like a half a second, and then you get back into the pattern of it. So 1st fret with your index finger of the E string. I don't hammer on. You can hammer on, but you play it like a hammer-on. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Take like a half a second, strum again, but then you like I don't pull off, and I don't recommend that you pull off, but I guess you can pull off onto your 1st fret again, and then you know, same type of pace, back to the 3rd fret, half second, and, you know, sort of like that. So 1st fret, 3rd fret, or 3rd, that goes 3 times. And the 4th time when you do it, you 1st fret of the E string, your hammer-on style 3rd fret of your E string, half second break. But this time, instead of going back to the first of the E for another round, you go to the first of the A, and you play it all in rapid succession. You go from that third, your second strum on your 3rd fret of the E. You take that to your 1st fret of the A. Go back to the 3rd fret of your E. And you go to the 1st fret of your E. And congratulations, you can now play Suck My Kiss, or at least the riff. You put it all together and it sounds like the beginning of this video, which was... It was kind of shitty. Y'all get the gist though. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe if y'all like the video. Comment and let me know what your guys' favorite songs from Guitar Hero were. Let me know what songs you guys want to hear me do from Guitar Hero. If any of you other guys out there are Guitar Hero fans, I'm sure you are. It's a pretty popular game back in the day. Let me know, what. Well, I already said what songs you want to hear next, but let me know what Guitar Hero game was your guys' favorite. For me, personally, I feel like it was probably Warriors of Rock, but Guitar Hero 3 was a very, very close second. But I don't know. For me, Warriors of Rock was my favorite, but that's just my preference. Anyway, I will see you guys again at least once this week for another upload. Possibly another Plague video. I'm thinking of doing Plague. I'm probably going to do a playthrough of Plague. Where I just start on Bacteria and play through the whole story mode of the game. And then I'll do custom scenarios. I'll make more custom scenarios, and I'll play other people's custom scenarios too. But that's all different videos. I hope you guys like this one. If you did, drop a like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, share the video, have your friends share the video, and then if you're lucky enough, maybe your friends will tell their friends and have their friends share the video. But that being said, have an awesome quarantine, everybody. It has been Space Cat with Legendary Licks, and I hope you all take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next one.